Good people, welcome to the Sober Swole podcast. My name is Jake Howard. And before we get started, I'd love to give a shout out to Royalty Nutrition. That's royaltynutrition.com. They are a veteran owned and operated supplement company that doesn't automatically go to use the cheapest ingredients possible while making their supplements for you. My discount code for that is 37HAKE to save you 15% on your entire order. My next shout out will be to Gorilla Gains. That's gorilla-gains with a Z.com. They are a fitness apparel company that you can wear comfortably in and out of the gym. They also make great equipment that helps keep you safe while you train. Check them out. Use that discount code JAKE15 to save you 15% on that order as well. I'll give a shout out to Buy to Buy. By the time you from the time you buy until you say goodbye, has also turned into a great moving, staging, and installation company here in the Phoenix Valley area. Check them out at buy2buy.com. If you don't have the time, towing, or muscle and want to save your spine and some time, hit them up. My next shout out will be to Buy Studios. This podcast would not exist without DJ Swirl and his Buy Studios. Thank you, DJ Swirl. If you are looking to step your game up in your content creation area or do your own podcast, hit them up on Instagram at Buy Studios. My last shout out once again will be to me. That's patreon.com/Hake Rantin. Check that up where I do a solo show. I put my training logs, and I also do like blog style rants. So there it is. Let's get into it. Uno momento. That's right. There's no camera cuts. It's just me. DJ Swirl is up and at 'em at oh Lord in the morning. So we're going to let that man get some sleep, and we're going to do this solo. Because it's time. We were going to get together on Juneteenth, but things just didn't line up. And it is what it is. I'm not mad about it. I am a father myself. I also wake up early in the morning, so I get it. Sometimes you just need to get that rest. It is indeed what it is. Obviously, the show is sobriety based and centered, so an update on that. Still sober, still rocking and rolling. The urges haven't really been too bad. I've been focusing on all kinds of other stuff. I need to learn how to control my breathing and stop that yawning. But yeah, still plugging through. And if you are interested in getting sober yourself, today is the day to do it. Today is the great day to get sober, and stay sober, and keep rock and rolling and fighting through it. I said on one of our little shorts that, one of the hardest things about being sober is you have nothing to mask your emotions with. You're giving up your substance that you use to hide behind or to mask things, and that's okay. Raw dogging life really isn't that bad. I mean, it can be, but you learn who you are. You learn how to process your emotions yourself, and once you figure out how to do that in a healthy and productive way, you and your loved ones are better off for it. So today's the day. Get sober, stay sober. You got this. All right. So I had mentioned that I'm starting therapy. I had my second session today, the 3rd of July. And it's very interesting. My therapist is a trans man, which, whatever. If this fella helps me unscramble this bunch of eggs up here, then we'll do it. Pardon me. I know. It's gross. I know. It's my one vice that I have left. I'm hanging on to it. I apologize. But anyway, it's been interesting to sit down with effectively a stranger and have him help me approach things in a different manner, kind of like what Ryan does for me, but in a professional environment. Today we touched on the need to be in control, and trust and boundaries, which was pretty cool. It's just stuff. It's stuff that I've thought about, and a lot of this has been reinforcing. I will not say that I'm not learning anything, because I definitely am, and you can't take this kind of stuff lightly. So I'm very excited to see where this goes, and to see what kind of processes can be established, or how I can think about certain things in a different way, and hopefully get some better control over my bouncing around, needing to be everywhere at once, and be more present, which would be super duper. I think I'll talk a little bit about 4th of July. I'm not excited this year for the 4th of July. I mean, I used to be really big on it, and like, let's go America, number one. But man, I have a hard time. Celebrating our country's independence, which is what it's about. But like, I think as a nation on the world stage, we're failing. We really shouldn't be in other people's business, or funding both sides of a war, which we are doing on multiple fronts. It's disgusting. We shouldn't be supporting people that kill women and children indiscriminately. We shouldn't be killing women and children indiscriminately, which we have done and maybe are still doing in the past. But like, I am, as a veteran sitting in front of a Marine Corps flag, I am so for not making more veterans. The bill that was signed, I think it was signed in the House. I don't think it's gone all the way up yet to the Senate or the President, which that's a joke too. But it's saying that if you're 18, you're just automatically signed up for selective service. And for those of you who don't know what selective service is, that is the draft. A draft is a form of slavery. If you are forced into military service, that's called conscription, and that is a form of slavery. You are being forced against your free will to become one of the fighting force for your nation. That's gross. That's real gross. There have been drafts before. World War II, there was a draft. I think in Korea there was, and then in Vietnam. But what did that do? We just threw. I mean, other than ended up being the outright victory in World War II. Korea ended up being a draw. Vietnam was a freaking disaster. And you had a bunch of veterans that had PTSD and other injuries that were discarded and treated horribly, still to this day in 2024. And the idea that a good amount of those guys that died or came home and were shit on were told they had to go, and it was either commit a federal crime or potentially die Sorry, I don't know if you can hear the dogs, but it's fireworks season here, so I'll be bringing them in shortly. Hooray! Um, the idea that we're gearing up or making it simple to gear up to conscript mass young people of this country over some foreign bullshit is it's mind blowing. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Um, so yeah, I don't like what we're doing militarily and military industrial complexy around the world. I think that we should be focusing on making less veterans and um, taking our resources to better deal with the issues we have in this country first and taking care of the veterans that we already made. I mean, I'm not saying me, I'm doing okay. But I mean, like all the other people that really need the help, they really need to get the help rather than be on waiting lists and bullshit and getting screwed over. Um, we shouldn't be supporting regimes that blow up refugee camps and medical centers. And I'm utterly disgusted um, with what our weapons are doing because we feel obligated. We're not obligated to kill innocent people. No one is obligated to kill innocent people. That's the act of psychotic folks. Um, yeah, that's all I got on that. July 4th. Hooray. Go blow some stuff up. Party hard. Um, I didn't watch the whole presidential debate, and I'm really glad I didn't. From what I saw, some clips, and there's my country. I am so sad for my country. We're getting duped into elected morons at all levels, and people that should be in retirement homes are in charge of making laws and or signing laws that affect everyday life. Are you are we serious? Are we? We're not a serious country, man. We've got a felony convicted, whether you agree with it or not, felony convicted reality TV show host who was once the president, going head to head with someone who was showing severe mental decline when he ran for president this last time and won. Like, I don't. And then the libertarians put somebody up that is not going to get anybody's vote. I think they're probably. I think these goobers are probably going to do worse than Joe Jorgensen and Spike Cohen. Which, congratulations. God. I think Jill Stein is the Green Party candidate again, but hooray! There's some socialist ladies that are yelling on the internet. Uh, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up RFK, but he didn't even make it on the ballot in all 50 states. So, hooray, I guess. So, I will say, in a positive manner, all politics aside, for the most part, because I know everything's dumb expensive now, but for the most part, you can still live relatively like you have been. So that's nice. Um, Yeah. It's a rough time here in the old U.S., but we're gonna be all right. Anyway, I'm Jake Howard, and this has been the Sober Swole Podcast Update. Oh God, yeah. Have a good one.